Who's ready for some top plays? This is Scott Moak, public address announcer of the Sacramento Kings, with your top plays of the week. Into the wreck with Yuzabov. Game tied. Gotta get a key stop here. Pulls down the board, turns, and fires up a cannon shot. Game! These are the moments we live for in the wreck. Celebration time for the team. Well played. Let's get to the park now with Cricksfall, making the defense so nervous they can't help but jump. That leaves plenty of time to set.
Welcome to 2K Sports presentation of the NBA, but the bad news is there is no basketball, there is no NBA. The game has been canceled. Ha ha! Happy April Fool's Day, baby! This is the NBA, and we've got a great one in store. I'm Kevin Harlan, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg joining me courtside with our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Bobby Portis out there with Jokic. Then it's Mr. Clutch. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Bates in at the small forward position. And for Minnesota, the wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. Then there's Reed. Then it's Dillingham. And it's Poole in at the four-man position. So Clark, as the season is drawing to a close, younger players might be feeling the mental fatigue of the totality of the season right now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. And that's where team leadership comes into play. Your veteran players, not only in words, but an example, can help young players properly approach this segment of the season. What they do and how they say what they say is really important for the older, more experienced guys to help the younger players navigate this stretch.
And that one, good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Joe's gone 2-2 from three-point land tonight. Pass to Poole. Fader on the way, and that one goes long.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Joe. Scoring his third straight basket in 3 tries.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Now here's McDaniels. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Can't connect from short range.
A good scorer around the rim. He is met there by an irresistible force.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
And having a star in Anthony Edwards, Clark, with so much confidence, what kind of impact does that have for the Wolves?
Well, it's huge. I mean, he wants the pressure of carrying the team, and with his outgoing nature and skill set, that mentality, I think, permeates the team and gives it great confidence.
Offensive rebound, Reed, banked in off the glass.
Saving that trip. Naz Reid turning a miss into a bucket.
Joe, good. 12 points. Clutch.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss, the way they're knocking these shots down. Boy, everything's pure.
Here's Reed. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Tell you, I love the effort from the defense there, but inside, Reed just had the strength to overpower him.
Joe, good.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. I asked him the obvious. Is there anything you can do to slow down Jokic? He was surprisingly candid with this plan, and he said they want to force him to switch out onto the perimeter shooters, hoping that he expends a lot of energy and create favorable mismatches. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Show with it. Edwards defending. Took him no time at all on that one. 18 points for Mr. Clutch.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point, defensively, you have to take something away.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Gobert comes in for Naz Reid. Randall subbed in for McDaniels. Toumani Camara, he's checked in for Denver. Now here's Randall. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Scooped up. The kick out to Poole. And the three ball is good. Poole's got his second bucket tonight.
And not the tightest D right there. And he's going to punish you if you give him that much space. That three-point shot is his bread and butter. Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Here's Nixon. The teardrop falls in.
The floater, always a hard shot to contest.
Look at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was a win against Memphis. Snatched away. And here's the break. Here's Shannon. From down in the low post. It goes.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Joe. Coming off a solid outing against Miami.
And you gotta love the effort. I mean, he battles just as hard on the inside as he does on the perimeter.
The Nuggets leading. With some art. Tries again. Can't get the layup. And here are the Timberwolves. Big stretch here going 10-2. Here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Once he has the positioning he wants, he's big finish. Julius Randle throwing it down.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys, if for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Denver making his reach here. And we'll take a chance now to honor the Western Conference Player of the Month, Mr. Clutch.
They say defense wins championships. Well, it also wins awards, and his defense during this stretch has been nothing short of jaw-dropping. He has been disruptive with his challenges and has accounted for a metric ton of turnovers with his ball hawking. You have to give it up to this man.
Fantastic body control by Murray, refusing to let the physical contact of the defense throw him off.
Here's Randall, and again it's Minnesota converting.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Now, here's Toppin. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. From past the arc, and it's Nixon with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Poole kicks to Gobert. 104 left to play in the first. Clock at 6. Inside, Shannon, so they take the lead. Shannon's got his second basket of the night.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Dort. Back to Kamara. Knocked away. Dort finds Toppin. Over Randall. Toppin good. Toppin's got the game tied up here for Denver. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Shannon. Back to Poole. Rebounded by Kamara.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
To the inside. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Nuggets lead by 2. From Target Center, back in a moment.
26.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Oh, man, how about the mid-range jumper from these guys? It's on tonight, a huge part of their offense so far.
Something else they're doing well tonight, guys? lots of points in the paint. Something to continue to keep our eye on.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. We've got Lou Dort. Bobby Portis out there with Obi Toppin. And it's Mr. Clutch. And it's Bates in at the 3 spot. Joe Good.
And it's encouraging to see Dort drop dimes like that, wanting to round out this part of his game.
Pass to Randall. Shoots over Toppin. And it's off the back rim. No good. The Nuggets leading by 6. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Heat got the job done. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he was on a tear in that game, recording a season high in points. Truly, one of the most exceptional performances we've seen in recent memory. A monster night for him. Back to you.
Thanks as always, Allie, for that great report. It certainly was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this one. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Nothing offensively yet from them in this second quarter. Can they get it? Another shot. Bates grabs the miss. For Denver, they've gotten 4 of the first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Now, Joe. He's got 26. Denver calls timeout. In G8, we've had some great left-handed players in this league. You being one of them. But that being said, give me your top 3 all-time lefties.
Oh, man, it is so hard, Kevin. I mean, I immediately, though, think of the great Bill Russell in the front court. Also, the Admiral, Bob Lanier was another terrific player. For guards, how about, Tiny Archibald, James Harden? There have been a lot of terrific southpaws to play the game.
Joe Good.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. You look at the Nuggets. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And, of course, the Timberwolves. They find themselves in 6th place.
And I think for the Timberwolves, they're in a good spot as the season winds down. Probably starting to think playoff strategy at this point. Just have to keep themselves above that play-in line.
How about the work ethic of Anthony Edwards? Not to mention that linebacker build and the sweet shooting stroke. But what he wants most is to see his team succeed. That's what you love about AE.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Joe Good.
That's his 3rd triple of the game. It's the first one in the second quarter.
There's the steal. That one good for 2. Joe's got the lead up to 14 now for Denver.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pass to Reed. To the right side. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well, he's kind of deflating their chances, and I know he really wants to help the team, but this is not the way to go about it.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Now here's Edwards. We saw him with 29 points last game.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Clark Nasreed, a former sixth, and another one falls.
Well, he's gone up to 40 as he continues to just dominate.
You're right. We knew he had a shot at it tonight. He is now tied for third for the most 40-point games in a season. And the Timberwolves call timing.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Poole's checked in. The Nuggets leading by 21. They get it again. Joe laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Joe's got 42 in the game.
Well, his scoring has helped them build and sustain this lead. Now he's trying to close it out.
Lets it go with a three. And again, it's the Nuggets from deep.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Outside Edwards. Another miss by Minnesota.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Here's Joe. And again, it's the Nuggets from deep.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Minnesota's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And the Timberwolves call time here. You look at Mr. Clutch, he's really been playing well.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
So both teams changing it up here. And so it's the Nuggets rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their deep
37, Denver, 64.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points and close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the...
Again, what an avalanche!
Once again, he's hit the 50-point mark as he continues to be a force of nature this season.
This performance, GA, has tied him for third most 50-point games in a season. He keeps just delivering one great performance after another.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish. Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Hey, the Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Kevin, back to you.
Fills it up with the best. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be the game. Where they would get battered inside like they have.
The Nuggets have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. Here's Joe. And again,
Joe.
60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Pass to Reed. Out to Edwards. Poole up top. That's in, coming off the assist from Edwards. Edwards got 3 assists tonight. Here's Joe. Edwards defending. Joe with it. Non-stop scoring machine here. Hits it from three-point range.
And they have come out of halftime in fuego.
Pass to Reed. Got it. Good job in the low post.
At 6'9" and about 260, Naz Reid has the size to make room for himself inside.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
Julius Randle's checked in for the Timberwolves. And a switcher also for Denver. Hayward's checked in. Here's Dillingham. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 6th rebound on the night.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling. Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Portis against Randle. Count it. Randle's got 8.
The relentlessness of Randle, R squared, taking on all comers.
Here's Joe. Rebounded by Wolves. Here's Dillingham. 6 points for him. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mr. Clutch. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Shannon's checked in. Nuggets on D. Now here's McDaniels. Still scoreless. It's Joe on the wing. From deep. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Taken away and pushing it up. Here's Denver. 18 feet out. Again, the Nuggets score. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Nuggets.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
Obi Toppin's checked in for Portis. High post, Gobert. Down low. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Leading right to the basket with a tremendous pass. Really good execution there.
Joe, good.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Here's Nixon, and he gets the win. So 2 free throws coming up. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, his impact on the glass is drifting downward. You know, sometimes as a player, your focus shifts. You redirect your energy toward other phases of the game. And that could be what's happening here. But obviously, it's a bit of a concern going forward.
Here's Joe. Back. It's good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. And the Nuggets making it. Holmes checked in. And the Timberwolves with possession here. McDaniels passes to Shannon. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on George. Minnesota shoot their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And the second free throw, good. Denver's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. Here's Joe. Good, that's another bucket. And there's 80 points.
Wow. Just wow. This guy right now on another level.
Randall, pass to Nixon. Now Gobert. And the rejection by Holmes. That one falls.
From in close, it's game over when Gobert has the ball.
There's 1:17 left in the third. It's picked off. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Nixon, covered by Joe. The shot by McDaniels, no good. To the paint. Stolen. Here's Nixon. Excellent D there from Mr. Clutch. Smooth sailing for Denver. From 20 feet out. And another one falls. Amazing. And there it is. 82 points.
And this is a game that he will never forget.
It's good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Joe good.
Wow. What can you say?
Randall against Toppin. Here's Gobert. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
I thought he had that one. I think he did, too.
Dort finds Joe. Another 3 for Denver.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. We'll return shortly. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Obi Toppin, and it's Joe in at point. Here's Nixon, covered by Joe, and the foul on Obi Toppin. That is his first foul of the game. With floor spacing so in demand league-wide, Clark, there are non-shooting big men on the chopping block, wouldn't you say?
I agree. I mean, for centers, you've got to have the awareness as far as cutting and moving off the ball and then using what they call circle action in the paint to create an angle for the pass and stay out of the way. Those are things that are part of the game now for the big guys.
The man has no hard, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Garza tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Joe Good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And again, Denver with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's Nixon. It's good from long range. Nixon's got 5 points in the quarter.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Holmes. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
Here's Joe. Garza pulls it in.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for Denver. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Takes a 3. Good! Another from 3. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that 3-point shot.
Here's Nixon. Poole trying to get open. Lays it up and banks it in. Nixon's got 11 in the second half. Up top, Joe. Denver calls timeout. And you know, everyone's aware, Clark, of the team rivalries in the NBA. But there are, I think, still plenty of personal ones, too.
Yeah, I would agree with you there, Kevin. I mean, you've got highly competitive, accomplished guys making up the rosters on NBA teams.
.135 left in the fourth quarter. Clock at 4. Here's Edward. And the basket is good.
Winning in strong fashion. A relentless effort notches a W for the Nuggets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And we have watched this team all season long play with such tenacity, with the wins piling up on the year. This will make it now 61 total.
And just bulldozing their way through this season series. The victory here tonight will make it 3-0 for the year, with 1 left to be played against the Timberwolves.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Mr. Clutch.
I thought his active hands were a big help. I mean, he took some chances on defense, and his gambles paid off. He got a bunch of steals.
And the rejection by Holmes. And it goes out of bounds. That one off George.
That's a real brain fade right there, a mental error, and it cost them a possession.
Obi Toppin's checked in for the Nuggets. Pass to Poole. Here's Shannon. Covered by Joe. Shot's good by Shannon.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Smooth sailing for Denver. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Joe and Denver again with the bucket.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And the rejection by Holmes. The 3.
That's the end of the game. Thank you for coming out and supporting your team. Please take care to get home safely, and we'll see you at the next event.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for Allie LaForce, to my colleagues here at the table, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Which game winner is enough to win your vote? The last-second cannon or the dynamic dribbling? Choose your favorite now, and you'll see the winner on social media next week. Until then, I've wrapped all the presents for the family. Oh, wait, I just realized I didn't name tag anything. Okay, I guess we're unwrapping early. See ya.
I cannot believe that we are here already, but our holiday episode is coming up next week. Man, it feels like New Year's Day was just yesterday.
It really does, and I hope you're planning a good gift for me because we're planning a good gift for you.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Turner at center with Antetokounmpo next to him. Then it's Jones, and it's Bates in at the 2 spot. And for Denver, we've got Murray, also Mr. Clutch out there. Toumani Camara is out there with Jokic, and it's Holmes in at the power forward. And Stan, talking about this matchup for a second, when it comes to moving the ball, these two teams have to be considered two of the very best at it.
Couldn't agree more, Kevin. Both of these groups, very selfless. Got to give a lot of credit to these coaching staffs for getting their guys to buy in on a team-first mentality. That makes for some tremendous team chemistry. And by the way, it wins a lot of games, too.
Joe Good.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Joe's gone 2 for 2 so far from 3. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Holmes. And it's Giannis missing. Denver's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Here's Joe. The putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Staying active. Jokic is one of the best offensive rebounders in the game.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks so much. I caught up with the Nuggets head coach. Giannis was the topic of our conversation, and coach said after a deep breath, need to exhaust yourself over how to stop Giannis. He's going to leave his mark on the floor. We just have to deploy something to mute his production a little bit. They've definitely got their hands full trying to slow one of the game's best. Back to you.
Thank you once again, Allie.
He can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
Pass to Bates to stop the run. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. And you assemble an all-swagger team. Jamal Murray is on that roster.
Well, you're right, Kevin. And look, where players really gain their confidence, their swagger, if you will, in this league is when you play your best on the biggest stages in the playoffs. Jamal Murray has certainly done that. He has earned his swagger.
Pass to Sears. Lets it go. Gets a very good look and converts.
Well, he's such a natural talent. Has all the skill needed to produce at a high level.
Joe Good.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Bucks trail by 10. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. And let's take a moment to honor the Western Conference Player of the Week, Mr. Clutch.
Well, it's not often you see someone be this impactful on the defensive end, but that's what makes him special. I mean, he's been doing all the little things that don't necessarily show up in the box score, but you can bet his coach and teammates know that he's been carrying the team with his D.
Here's Sears. He's covered by Murray. Turner lays it up off the glass.
Well, you really have to body Turner to slow him down. He's got plenty of muscle on that frame.
Got that one up quick. Joe's got 16.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
That one goes in.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Bucks trail by 12. To the middle. Here's Bates. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Joe Good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Here's Sears. His last outing, 16 points for him. He gets that one. Bates has got his second bucket of the night. The Nuggets leading by 10. And again, it goes in for him. Good shot from Mr. Clutch.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Outside, Jones. Pulls from the top of the key. The shot, no good.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing. Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Bates is checked in. Pass to Watson. Good defense by Jokic.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Morris outside. Here's Sears. Shoots the 3. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Joe Good.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Here's Sears. He's got 5. Outside Williams.
In the first 2 minutes.
Pass to Watson. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. A 3 from Morris, and out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Let's see the stat sheet here for him. Denver leading by 12. Launches it. They get the rebound. Jokic. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
On the wing, Williams. To the inside. And it's Jones, that time on the assist by Williams.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting... from close range. Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
So the Bucks, their last game, a win against the Magic.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
Yeah, they got contributions from everyone in that game. The whole rotation got involved in the scoring.
There's 53 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Joe. And again, Denver no good. And so it's Watson who will bring it up for the Bucks. They trail by 14. Joe Good.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Morris outside. Here's Watson. Great D that time from Portis.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive defense you always want to see on the interior.
Arnett surveying the defense. Pass to Williams. 2 on the clock. And oh boy. A lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. The Bucks shooting their first free throws of this year.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And that one falls for Williams. And Williams drops them both.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
And so it's Denver with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Nuggets?
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And in addition, the three-point shooting has been dialed in tonight. They seem poised for a big game from deep.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got Peyton Watson. Turner is out there with Walker. Then it's Garnett. And it's Morris in at the 1 spot.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
Morris dishes to Garnett. Pass to Watson. Just 5 to shoot. It's deflected. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against Phoenix was outstanding. He contributed 42 points, and talk about a two-way player. He was phenomenal at both ends. He was a force of nature in that game. He made the opposition look utterly helpless.
Great stuff as always, Allie. Thank you. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Outside, Walker. Shoots over Toppin. He trains the turnaround jump shot. Walker's got his first basket. And Denver decides to take their first time out here. They traveled to Milwaukee last time they faced the Bucks, and they came away with the win.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Well, they shot it well because of how selfless they were. You need that kind of chemistry and cohesion on the road.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And now let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard as we've gotten into the second half of the season. These teams have become better and better at scoring points off turnovers. The Nuggets, number 1.
And since the break, we've seen them ambush their opponents with that brand of defense. And boy, have they reaped the rewards offensively.
Here's Bates, covered by Joe. Pass to Sears. Back to Turner. Here's Bates. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Dort. Here's Joe. Drills it from outside. Joe's got 47 points.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Puts up a 3. He got it again. Sensational.
50 points for him yet again, and I feel privileged to watch this guy go to work this season.
Now he is pulled even for the second most 50-point games in a single season. What a year it's been for him. Outside Turner, 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bates. No good again that time.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting performance.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Closing out the season, Stan, it's a little bittersweet for the guys who have already said they're going to retire. We're going to miss them.
Yeah, it can lead to some emotional farewell games. And if the guy's a star, even the opposing fans may celebrate his career on that night.
Pass to Joe. From downtown, and the Nuggets hit again from deep.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
The Bucks have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Turner, and that one drops for him. Turner's got 4 points in the quarter.
A big like Turner, just using that height inside, it's almost a lost start.
Looking at Denver, they got their last win against Phoenix. Giannis outside. Here's Bates, guarded by Holmes. Turner for 3. Kept alive, and Giannis gets it to go.
Yeah, what a save by Giannis. He should always be crashing the offensive glass like this.
Joe, good, he hits it again.
Make that 61 point.
Yeah, everything is going his way right now. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. To the wing on the left. Here's Sears. Milwaukee the rebound. And the rejection by Holmes.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off of his energy. And every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
And the rejection by Holmes.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Milwaukee has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them.
Can't be that easy for him. Got to body him up down low.
Yeah, they can't let him even get into that space. If he gets good position on the block, it's trouble.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And coach is looking to seize every advantage.
After one half, it hasn't even been close. The Nuggets on top, running away with it. And moving. After this, from Ball Arena.
46.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
They've got Nikola Jokic. Mr. Clutch out there with Jamal Murray. Then there's Tamani Kamara. And it's Holmes in at the 4 slot. That's the group on the 4 for Denver. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Alan. of force.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Giannis Antetokounmpo is embracing his emotional leadership role. He said, before I was really serious and quiet, now I'm more vocal, smiling, having fun. It carries over. I love to lead by example, but I know that my voice carries a lot of weight. Back to you, Kevin.
It sure does. Hey, Alan, thank you very much for the report.
He's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances, really using his head.
Pass to Jones. Turner inside. Covered by Joe. The shot by Turner, no good.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
Well, he's such a competitor at that end of the floor. Never takes a possession off.
Ball's knocked loose. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Here's Joe. Hits it again. Wow.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable. Pass to Jones. All alone. That one a little long.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Wow. He got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Nuggets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And you and, well, your whole family, masters of defensive coaching. So with that in mind, what makes a great defender?
Wow, that is a great question, Kevin, and a complicated one in a lot of ways. Number one, length and athletic ability really help you. Guys who can move their feet and have great length can cover up a lot of mistakes. But then there's the fundamentals, your ability to move your feet and great focus and determination.
Here's Bates, covered by Joe. Bates, no good.
This is not how they wanted to start the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
Joe, good.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
They need this, and he lays it up and in. Bates has got 5 points in the quarter.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Here's Sears. He's covered by Murray, and it's in there. Sears has got 7 points.
Well, once he gets a step to the rim like that, it's going to take more of a defensive effort to force the miss.
Good on the shot.
Yeah, this quarter is all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Pass to Turner. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Putting on hard hat there. Give Turner credit for staying locked in on capitalizing no matter what.
Joe, good.
Jamal Murray with the dot.
Bucks have gone even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Out to the wing. Here's Bates. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic just got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Wasted no time on that one.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Sears. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. He's got 9.
It doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
And that one, good.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Bates. 12 points for him. Here's Giannis. And the layup's good off the glass.
And Giannis seems almost automatic from that close. You have to deny the entry or he'll burn you.
Joe, good.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Here's Bates. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Yeah, he hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots and you build the lead.
Outside Turner. Clock at 6. Outside Jones. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Here's Bates, and he dunks it down.
Yeah, that's like a quarterback leading his receiver. Put it right on him.
The steal. Here's Sears, uncovered, and there are the Bucks with another bucket. And there's a minute 45 left here in the third quarter. Here's Joe, and got it, another basket.
He just notched 92 points on that one.
Simply surreal. GA, I'm not sure even he can believe what's going on right now. Here's Bates, and he banks in the layup. Bates has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help. Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Really, no.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Well, look, you have to be able to count on energy and effort every night, and they're showing a lot of it with their transition buckets.
And they're also finding a good deal of their points off turnovers tonight. It seems like every time they come up with an extra possession, they find a way to convert.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got Peyton Watson. Locker out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Williams. And it's Sears in at the point. And three. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
So, coach, in the last 26 years, only 3 Eastern Conference teams have NBA Finals favorites. Anything need to change there?
I really don't think so, Kevin. I'm not sure it matters to people. I mean, the NBA Finals, you're going to have one team from the East, one team from the West, and people are going to watch because you're down to the last series for a championship. I think it's a conversational point to talk about one conference dominating, but I don't think in a given year fans really care.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Joe good.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nuggets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And this team, obviously one of the elite teams. They have played with heart and passion for the game all season long, and the wins for them just keep rolling along. And tonight, it'll make win number 63.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Mr. Clutch.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
Here's Morris. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Mr. Clutch. On offense, here are the Nuggets. They're on a 20-7 run. The shot's good.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback. Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Again, what an avalanche!
He is simply unconscious here tonight. Nobody can stop him right now.
GA, the points keep coming, and he's climbing up that scoring ladder. Third on the list, well in sight. Here's Garnett. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive play.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were.
Hey, my name is Curry, and you're watching NBA 2K TV.
We are back with more 2K TV, and as promised, this week we have a show packed with 2K TV Interactive.
That's right, and that means more VC for all of you, and all 2K TV Interactive in this episode is presented by Coach.
All you have to do is answer the questions correctly, so listen up.
All right, the NBA is global. In fact, this year's Atlanta Hawks roster has a record-tying number of international players.
For some VC, do you know how many international players were on the Hawks opening night roster?
Was it?
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Denver Nuggets. So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves: Randall at power forward with Reed at center. Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3, and it's Dillingham in at the 1. And for Denver, we've got Jamal Murray. Nikola Jokic is out there. Kamara, and it's Holmes in at the 4. So the Timberwolves will get the first possession, and as teams run through the finish line of the season, Grant, there must be a certain amount of reflection happening.
For teams that are out of it, they might start that process now. But who has time for that if you're playoffs bound?
They get it back. Jokic gets the bucket.
And he's just slippery down there. I mean, Jokic makes gaining position look so easy.
Here's Dillingham. Pass to Randall. Outside McDaniels. 6 to shoot. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels with a very good sense for when he should look to score it, especially in the painted area.
Fires the 3, and the basket by Joe.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the Nuggets head coach. Coach and I talked about the difficulties playing against Anthony Edwards. He said, quote, usually you worry about his offense, but he's shown the last few years that he's a lockdown defender when he wants to be. That's something that we'll need to factor into our game plan. Ant's defense is now a concern for coaches as well. Back to you, Brian.
And Allie, thanks.
You know, outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
Here's Dillingham. There's the drive. Banked it in off the glass.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
For Denver, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. He buries it from 3.
Boy, his shot looks deadly right now. Already, he's hit 3 of 4 to start.
And Grant, David Adelman, a second-generation NBA head coach, grew up immersed in the game.
Yeah, B.A., basketball was a family obsession. David, a ball boy for the Blazers in the 90s, went on to coaching, which he's done for decades. His whole life has led him to this. And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. And the basket by Joe. Joe's got 11 points.
Another bucket. This guy just keeping his foot on the gas pedal.
Here's Edwards. Rebounded by Denver. Jokic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Joe. Knocks down the triple. He's got 14.
Boy, you give this guy a half-decent look from distance, and he's gonna make you pay.
Reed against Jokic. Left side Reed. Rejected by Jokic.
Nice timing there from Jokic to read the play and get the denial at the cup.
And the basket by Joe.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Timberwolves by 10. And Minnesota calls time here. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Lakers in their last game.
And you'd have to think that luck played a part in that one. I mean, the opponent had an off night at the defensive end for sure.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. Taking a look at Minnesota, they've stalled a little bit, looking to get something started and make a move up the ladder.
Well, I think for Denver, they're at the very top of the rankings. That gives a team so much confidence. Having that attitude means a lot with the playoffs coming up.
Here's Randall, and Holmes with the block. They get it back. Here's McDaniels. That one's off, still out of sync. And so Jokic will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 10-point game. Last time they met was in Minneapolis, where they beat the Timberwolves.
They came away with an easy win last time, due in large part to their work on the glass.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
Pass to Reed, launches a 3. The rebound by Murray. The Nuggets lead by 10. Inside. And the basket by Joe. Joe's got 20.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 12 in this first quarter. Here's Dillingham. Excellent D there from Holmes.
Oh, gritty defense, protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish. And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Man, not does, Reed, not only gets off his feet, does it in a hurry and with some strength.
Pass to Joe. Puts up a three. Yes. And it's Murray picking up the assist. Murray's got his 5th assist in this one.
This guy has been in attack mode this quarter. The defense might want to intercede here.
Now Randall. To the paint. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
And good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick. No rotation. My goodness.
And they've got the D reeling. A full three-point attack right off the tip.
Here's Dillingham, defended by Murray. Reed for three. Denver grabs the miss. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
Yeah, they were dialed in from deep in that one. The basket must have looked as big as the ocean because they were hitting everything.
Well, and I think what that was a product of was their movement off the basketball. Just tremendous work on the perimeter.
And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, my goodness. The athleticism of Anthony Edwards on full display.
Now a timeout called by Denver. And Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. BA, they're tough.
Look at who's out there now for Denver. Bobby Portis is checked in for Jokic. Toppin comes in for Holmes. Andrew Wiggins checked in for Kamara. And Bates is subbed in for Jamal Murray.
Man, they're having a hard time defending triple. That's 3 in a row. They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, BA. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
Outside Joe. Fires for three. And the Nuggets hit again from deep.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And they double up Edwards. Out left to the wing. Here's Shannon. Sinks that one from the post.
You know, once a pass is made out of the double team like that, the defense is spread too thin to stop the bucket. Heads up assist there.
Denver shooting their first free throws here for the night. They knocks down the first one.
At the line for 2, Joe.
And he makes both free throws. Timberwolves trail by 20. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Poole. Here's the three. It's hauled in by Bates. And here's Denver. To the middle. Here's Joe. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Joe's got 40 points.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
Edwards, a pass to Gobert. 1 second left. Good. The assist goes to Edwards. Edwards has got his 3rd assist of the night. And so it's the Denver Nuggets ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc.
22.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. We've got Edwards, and it's Nixon in at the point. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Bucks played some superb basketball. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and at the other end of the floor, he's a thief. Really just a phenomenal performance from him. Here's hoping we see more of the same from him in this one, guys.
Thanks, Allie. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry the NBA. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
Well, there's no doubt. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
Edwards against Wiggins. Here's Nixon. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
The three is up. Hits the three-pointer. Joe's got 45 points.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number one on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
You're talking about the type of player who comes off the bench. What kind of player do you like best in that six-man role?
I mean, for me personally, I love guys who can keep pressure on the defense with their scoring ability. Somebody who can shoot with range or put it on the deck, because then your offense doesn't take a step back.
Doris, what's amazing about Ant-Man, he's worked to become an elite floor spacer.
The reason that's important, BA, is because we know what a dangerous drop, what a force of the rim Anthony Edwards can be. What I love is he's worked to become a legit threat, and he leaned heavily into that three-point game. So important in the modern NBA.
Count it from distance.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Pass to Edwards. Here's Dillingham.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Jokic grabs the board. Jokic just got a 7-3. He got it again! Sensational!
And you know what him reaching 50 points means. He's moved up another spot in the record books.
The second spot is his alone now for most 50-point performances in a year. Outside Joe. Sends it home from three-point land. Joe's got 53 points.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch. Yeah, just hasn't been able to find his rhythm offensively, and that's having a ripple effect.
And the dunk by Jokic.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Reed finds Edwards, looking to win the run. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Jokic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. And the basket by Joe.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation. Reacting quickly.
And they've stopped the action here. They're using their coach's challenge to see if they can get this foul overturned.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area on a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
As much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved. Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute.
Look at who's out there now for Denver. Bobby Portis has checked in for Nikola Jokic. Toppin comes in for Holmes. And it's Andrew Wiggins in for Kamara. Denver's gone 4 of 7 from 3 during the second quarter. Here's Nixon. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist. Edwards has got 5 assists in the game. And the Nuggets shooting the ball incredibly well tonight. 73% from the floor. Joe knocks down the long J. Joe's got 58.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Reed for three. Here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
We always know this has been a strength of Rudy Gobert, getting the offensive window. Nicely done.
Joe misses.
Well, that's surprising. This guy is a good mid-range shooter, just can't get it to go.
Here's Dillingham. Yep, that one goes. Dillingham's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Come on now, that's easy money.
4 seconds left. Another bucket. Wow. 60 points. This guy can't be stopped right now.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
And so it's Denver with a commanding lead to end the quarter. 27 points. Looking good. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Here's Murray. They've got Nikola Jokic. Tumani Kamara out there with Murray. And it's Holmes in at the four-man position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for David Adelman.
At some point, does the defense decide we need to send more at him? Because right now he is scoring at will.
Outside Reed. Back to Edwards. The 11-footer. And that one hits the back iron. And it's Jokic with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. High arcing shot. And the basket by Joe.
He has done the heavy lifting for them offensively. Now looking to close this thing out.
Outside Reed. Here's Dillingham. Give him 8. The kick out to Edwards. Off target from three-point range.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Out of bounds. It'll be Timberwolves ball. And while we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for Rudy Gobert.
Well, it's a downward trend, and that could be for many reasons. Maybe they're asking them to play different roles. Sometimes it's the guys around you. If you're playing alongside a great rebounder, there aren't as many boards to go around. So you really have to dig into the details to understand why this is happening.
And the basket by Joe.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Will it go? Edwards, no good.
Listen, let's not put it lightly. This guy has really struggled here.
Oh, another one falls.
And that's 70.
He is unconscious. Here's Edwards. Rebounded by Denver. Jokic has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And you think about Jokic's point center game. He's a pioneer, Grant.
One of a kind indeed. And historically, very few centers have led their team in assists, and none with the regularity of Jokic. So he's an outlier, but is he a trendsetter? Only time will tell.
Looking to get back on track. Here's Edwards. No good on the shot. Great D that time from Jokic.
Boy, it's in his head right now. I mean, there is nothing working for this man.
And since the All-Star break concluded, here's a view of which teams are leading the league in second chance points. Fourth, the Timberwolves.
Second half of the season, they've made a concerted effort to compete on the offensive glass, and you see it in the numbers.
Bates is checked in for Kamara. Poole, he's checked in for Minnesota. Shannon comes in for Anthony Edwards. Pass to Poole. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic is the Nuggets on offense. 15 points in a row. A good run right now. They get the rebound. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
And this is how powerful Jokic is, able to still score despite the contact.
Pass to Randall. Fades. Nice move. And it's good on the layup. Randall's got 9.
Woo, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Here's Joe. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's McDaniels. The shot from the low post is good. 6 points now in the game for Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, surprised he doesn't have more shot attempts. He's been accurate. You'd think he'd want to take control now with them behind.
The name of the game isn't scoring, it's scoring efficiency.
Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Here's Dillingham, defended by Murray.
Yeah, if you're playing that power forward position, you overcome a lack of size with great hops.
Yep, that one goes.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
Timberwolves shooting a less than average 27% in the third quarter. That's tipped. Pass to Shannon. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points.
We've been watching him hold court out of the arc. Just an unforgettable performance tonight.
Here's Joe. And another 3 for Denver.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
To the inside, Shannon. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Here's Joe. Yet another bucket. That's 91. An incredible feat.
Incredible indeed. This is just a flat-out insane performance.
Down low. Randall inside. Covered by Joe. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Shannon. 5 on the clock. Over Jokic. Misses off the left iron. Outside Joe. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Randall outside. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Bates. And here's Denver. It'll be the start of a 3-game trip on the road.
Locks them up and hauls it in. Love the high activity level.
It's McDaniels on the wing. 1:24 left in the third quarter. Drills it from deep. Shannon's got 7 now in this quarter.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively.
And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
They've also been scoring on the break with how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court. Anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
I like that. Punch it inside. You usually end up with a good shot and or get fouled.
And the basket by Joe. 52 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Gobert. Dort against Edwards. He can't hit that time. Good work defensively by Dort.
They keep going back to the same person expecting a different result. He hasn't scored the entire period. His energy is unmatched.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Nixon, good.
Oh, what a pass by Anthony Edwards, giving you a look at his passing skills right there.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. He gets it in there.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Minnesota's gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. For 3, Randall. Rebounded by Denver. Here's Joe. Kept alive. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
It's now an opportunity to take a break and talk about their strategy moving forward.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
And Denver making a change here. Joe's checked in. And then for Minnesota, Randall, he's checked in for Reed. And Jaden McDaniels subbed in for Poole. Three-pointer and the three.
And trying to put the game away, he's been nails all evening.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. And it's Nixon in at the 1. Oh, got that one up quick.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Randall. Excellent D there from Toppin. Denver's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter.
And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace.
I think this is what we call, quote, running a team off the floor. They have been fantastic in transition.
Yeah, I like the way Gobert saw some space to go at the rim and took what was given.
Here's Joe. And the Nuggets getting another bucket to fall.
He has not missed a shot in this quarter. They've tried running different things at him, but he's been unstoppable.
Now here's Edwards to the inside. Here's Randall, and it's Randall with the jam.
Well, if the basket is within reach, Julius Randle understands how to finish.
And the basket by Joe.
During this final quarter, he's erupted from outside the arc. Just assume every 3 he takes now is going in.
Randall, the pass to Edwards. And you look at the different kinds of leadership, whether vocal or by example. Which do you prefer, Doris?
Well, I'm a greedy type of person, BA, so I want both. Obviously, a veteran who's been there and done that.
Another one goes! Incredible!
He's scoring at an insane level, folks. The defense powerless to slow him down.
Man, he is on a mission, closing in on 3rd place all time in scoring. Outside McDaniels. Here's Gobert. And a nice finish on the layup. Gobert's got 4 points this quarter.
You love the touch from Rudy Gobert. He's put a ton of work into his offensive game.
Denver has gone 4 of 6 from deep thus far in the fourth. And the basket by Joe.
You know, I like that recognition. He knows he's in rhythm, knows this is the time to give his team some punch.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Nuggets.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much any...
Hits yet again! Wow!
He has been simply unstoppable.
And he's now 3rd all-time for points in a game. 1 for the agent. Good! That's another bucket!
And that score moves him up in the record books yet again.
He now stands alone for 2nd most points in a game. Unbelievable night. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. Andrew Wiggins checked in for the Nuggets. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Shannon's checked in for Anthony Edwards. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth. So it's Denver now. Here's Joe. Again! What an avalanche!
I mean, I'm in disbelief. He set a new all-time record for scoring in a single game.
A record that was for so long thought to be untouchable. He continues to amaze.
And listening to these fans, they are ecstatic with the way he's filling it up.
Just an incredible game he's having. One to remember for sure.
This is the kind of game, the kind of performance that you never forget. What an historic scoring display.
And Minnesota making a change here. Poole's checked in. "35 seconds left in the game. Randall against Toppin. Can they get it? Excellent D there from Toppin.
Showing great intensity around the rim is part of why he's a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Here's Shannon, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
This is legit showmanship right here. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the tomahawk there.
That's more than just getting 2 points. That was sending a clear message.
He's the leading scorer tonight, being aggressive, and so far, no one's found a way to slow him down.
Minnesota 103. Thanks again for coming out and supporting your basketball team. Drive home safely and see you again soon.
So no problem for Denver as they get the win, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching.